here from my Pilates time. It's great to have you joining in with me for a few exercises to help you feel rested and restored. So let's have a start laying down. So you're just going to start laying on your back. So laying all the way down, and you have your feet on the floor and your knees bent. So just somewhere comfortable. And let's just start with a nice deep breath. So breathing in and breathing out through your mouth. Just allowing yourself to feel heavy on the floor, so noticing your body. Breathe in again, a bit deeper than you normally would. And then sighing out, just feeling the heaviness of the back of the ribs, your shoulders nice and easy, and your arms outstretched long. And we're just going to do one more breath in and out, just so you feel ready to connect with your body and start moving. First thing we're going to do is just lift up one leg like this. So the knee comes up over the hip, and then you put the foot back down in the same spot. Try the other side. So nice easy movement. Feel that you're nice and steady through the pelvis. So just lifting up one leg and then the other. But do it carefully so that you can keep and maintain a neutral spine. So breathe in when the leg comes up. Breathe out when it goes down. Breathe in and out. And in and out. And then in and out. Let's add some arms to that. So opposite arm comes up with the leg, and then you put that back down. Other side, opposite arm and leg, and down. So your arm stays straight, fingers up to the ceiling and back down. And again, keep your breath going nice and smoothly with your movement. So breathing in and out. You're not tensing any muscles that you don't need to. So while it's a nice, fairly easy movement, it just feels nice to sort of let go of your jaw, letting an ease through your shoulders, just feeling the thigh bone drop back and down into the hip when you lift up the leg. Good. And then lift up opposite arm and leg and just hold it there. Then from here, you're just going to reach away and bring it back. And reach away and back. So you're really lengthening out. So breathe in when you stretch out and breathe out to bring it back. That's it. Trying to stay steady through your body so you're not getting a big arch when you stretch away. We want to avoid that. And just take your arm to where it feels comfortable. So you don't want to push back if it hurts your shoulder or anything. Just go to where it feels good. And last one. And then pop that arm and leg down on the ground. Just settle down again. Make sure you're even again. And then opposite arm and leg come up. Hold it here and then stretch away. Remembering to keep your back steady. Breathe in when you stretch and lengthen your body. Just a couple more. That's it. And then pop that arm and leg down. This time, lift up one leg and lift up the other one too. From here, you're just going to tap one toe to the ground and lift it back up. So you're arcing the thigh bone and bring it back up. So when I drop the toe down towards the ground, I pull my tummy in, and we want to avoid that arc of the back as well. So we're just keeping steady. So if you feel like you just need to lower the thigh a little way, just do that. The main thing is to keep steady. And that way you'll find those abdominal muscles. Good, and then put one foot down and then the other. Just set your feet up so your heels are in line with your sitting bones and your arms are outstretched long on the mat. We're going to go into a bridge now. So you just press your lower back into the mat and then lift up your hips. So you rest up on your shoulders. Feel like your shoulders are nice and wide. And then you roll your body down. Good, and again, tuck the pelvis, lifting up the hips. Find a nice straight line between your shoulder and your knee, and then roll your body down. And again, lifting up. Press your feet down into the ground to lift your hips up. And again. It's a nice way to warm up your back, just to get that flowing kind of movement through your spine. Notice if there's a part of your back that feels a little stuck, and move carefully through that part. Lift up your fingertips to the ceiling and do the same thing. So lifting up the hips and rolling down. So you should feel your hamstrings working and your glutes, and that's where you want to engage as you lift up the hips. Trying to keep the knees from going out to the side of you. So keep them in line. And then lift up the hips and just hold it here. Then reach one arm over your head and one arm down by your body, and we just switch. And switch. So this is just working my glutes, a little bit of back of my body's working there, and I've got a nice easy movement through my shoulders, deepening in through the abdominals. That's the way. Fingertips up to the ceiling, and then you roll back down. Bring your arms down. This time, take your arms out wide so they're like a capital T, and you're going to put your feet together, knees together, and keep your legs together as you just take your knees over to one way, and then come back through center, go the other way. So I'm keeping my shoulders down, but I'm letting my hip lift off, and I'm letting one foot lift off as I go to the side. So this is really nice on your waist and your lower back. Let's, as the knees go one way, turn your head the other. So this is like wringing out the body. So you're just letting your head roll very gently as the knees go side to side. Keeping the jaw nice and easy. Good, and then let your head be centered and your knees back in line. Bring your arms down beside you, just down a low diagonal. Lift up one leg and then the other one too. Glue them together, and we do the same thing here. So we're just taking the knees gently side to side. If you prefer to put your feet back down on the ground, you can always do that. Just do what works for you, what you feel like doing. This is a little more challenging. Keep reaching your fingertips away from you. And let's add to this. Go to the side with your knees. The top leg, the knee straightens, and then you bring that back through center, and then you put your feet together. Go over to the side, the top leg straightens, come back and put your feet together. Over, stretch, back and center, and over and stretch and back. Let's do one more each way. Over, stretch, back and down, over, stretch, back, down. Put one foot down and then the other one. Separate your feet a little bit and pop your hands behind the back of your head. Elbows just up off the floor a tiny bit, because you're going to take a breath in, and when you breathe out, just lift up your head and lift up your chest, and then roll back down. And again, use your breath out because that helps you lift up. And you can feel your ribs sliding down. Just keeping your head heavy in your hands. engaging, feeling the muscles pull inward towards the belly button a little way. Okay, lift up into your chest lift, hold it there. Reach your arms towards your heels and let that lift you up a little bit more. Stay there, put your hands back behind your head, and then you lay back down. Take a breath in, breathe out, lift up, breathe in and stretch. Breathe out, see if you can hold that shape. Put your hands back behind your head and then roll back down. And breathe out to lift up. Breathe in and stretch. Hands go back behind the head and breathe in and lay back down. Good. Lift up into your chest lift. Hold it here. One leg comes up and then the other one too. One leg goes out long. You're just going to twist towards the bent knee and then go back the other way. So I'm breathing out when I'm twisting, and I'm thinking of rib to hip, trying to keep fairly still so I'm not rocking around too much. My pelvis is heavy. And then just give those knees a hug in. Good job. Little circle of the knees. And the other way. And then hold on behind your legs and give yourself a rock to sit up. Good. Swivel the legs around behind you and go onto your hands and knees. So just make sure your knees are under your hips. Heel of the hand is under your shoulder. And then just make a round shape with your back. And then look forward and go into an arch. And then round. And then breathe in. So you reach your chest forward, tailbone sticks out. And breathe out. And breathe in. And out. And in. And then just find a neutral spine where the back of the neck's nice and long and you've pulled your tummy in a little bit. Then what we do from here is just going to slide your fingers and toes along the floor so they're touching the floor. Lift them up to be level with your body and put them back down and slide them in. Other side, so you go fingers and toes on the floor, lift them up, tap back down and slide them in. It's more important to think about length than it is how high you go with the arm and leg. And you could imagine that you've got a glass of water on your low back and you're keeping your body very still so that it doesn't tip off. Let's change it up a little bit now. So arm and leg go out, lift up, hold it there. Just go a little tap down and up, down and up. And then put that back down and in and under. Other side, fingers and toes slide away from you, lift them up and tap down, up. So you have your eyes just a little bit in front of you on the floor. And then down and then in and under. Good. Then you're just going to lay yourself down so that you're on your tummy and you're going to put your hands together and rest your forehead down on your hands. The thing to do is just to have your feet apart a little way and make sure that your hip bones are pressing down into the mat so your lower back feels really good in this extension exercise. So what you do here is you're just going to lift up your head, lift up your chest and then pop your body back down. So you think of reaching forward and up. You could press down a little bit with your forearm. So it shouldn't hurt your lower back. You can think of your tailbone reaching down towards the mat as you reach your sternum forward and up. Really good for your upper back muscles and your posture. Nice if you've been working on a computer for a little while. This is a really nice stretch because you're reversing that forward flexion that we often get in. One more like this. So you just feel the ribs kind of slip forward in your body and the bottom ribs are touching the mat, and then back and down. Let's change where your hands are now. So put your hands just by your shoulders and lift up your head, lift up your chest to that same shape where your upper back is working. And then you're going to put your weight into your hands so that you can lift up your chest. Now you just go up as high as you feel is comfortable, and then you roll back down. And again, so look up, elbows stay tucked in, lift up as high as you think's a good idea, and keep your elbows in beside you as you roll back down. Do 2 more like this. It's like you're reaching your heart forward and rolling back down, elbows in, shoulders down. Just have a check on your shoulders for this one. It's really easy to bring your shoulders up to your ears, but here, you just want to let your shoulders drop away and keep them down as you roll your body back and down. Good. Slide your hands down more towards your rib cage, and then you're just going to sit back onto your feet and take a little stretch here. Big deep breath. And again, nice breath in and out. Good. And then help yourself up to a seated position. So here you're going to have one leg in front and one leg behind. If that doesn't work for you, you can always just put your feet together like this. Hands go out to the side, sit up nice and tall, and then you go over to the side, so you're giving yourself a nice side bend, and then back the other way. So really opening up the ribs. Such a good one to do every day, this exercise. So you're keeping your body going straight to the side. You're not going forward, not going back. Good. And then we just swivel the legs around. And then try and sit as even as you can. And then pop your hands out to the side, shoulders down and up and over. See how I'm bending this elbow? That keeps the shoulder away from my ear. Big stretch of the arm, and then sweep the arm to help you back up. Good. Hope you feel great. Thanks for joining in with me.